Right now, XRP is trading at $2.20, a number that already has the markets on edge. But let's be clear, it's not just the price that's causing a stir. It's what Brad Garlinghouse has just done. Something no one expected from a CEO. He didn't release a vague statement. He didn't just tweet support. He doubled down in a way that's loud, permanent, and deeply personal. And with the clock ticking toward a mysterious 72-hour window, the question now is, what's Ripple about to unleash? Let's ground this in what's happening right now. XRP is currently priced at $2.20. That's after a small dip of 0.9% earlier today, following a high of $2.22 and a low of $2.15. On the surface, these movements might seem like ordinary market noise. But this isn't just about what's happening today. It's about where the market thinks XRP is going, especially with the 72-hour clock ticking down. We're seeing increased trade volume, sharper interest from whales, and growing chatter in institutional circles. In short, this calm might be the calm before the breakout. 4 years, Ripple's legal battle with the United States Securities and Exchange Commission wasn't just a case. It was a cloud, a heavy, lingering anchor that kept XRP from reaching its full potential. It all started back in December 2020. The SEC filed a lawsuit against Ripple, claiming that XRP was being sold as an unregistered security. That single accusation sent shockwaves through the crypto space. Within weeks, XRP was delisted from multiple major exchanges. Investors panicked. Volume dried up. And Ripple's reputation, once seen as one of the most promising blockchain firms in the US, was dragged into years of legal quicksand. Billions in potential market capitalization were wiped out. Partnerships stalled. And a once bullish community was forced into survival mode. But fast forward to now, mid-2025, the narrative has changed. Ripple has officially announced that it will not pursue a final appeal in the SEC case. And while that might sound like a quiet ending, it's actually explosive. Because it means one thing above all: closure. No more dragging court battles. No more waiting on rulings. No more headlines calling XRP's legitimacy into question. This is the moment the community has waited nearly 5 years for. Ripple can now shift its entire focus away from defense and toward offense. They're no longer fighting for survival. They're building for scale. With legal uncertainty behind them, Ripple is now free to expand its infrastructure for global payments, activate previously paused partnerships, and pursue new markets that were once off-limits under legal scrutiny. From central bank integrations to financial institutions across Europe, Asia, and Africa, Ripple is re-entering the global conversation with confidence and clarity. So while the courtroom lights are finally dimming, a new spotlight is forming. Ripple's legal war is ending. But the real battle, the battle for global dominance in cross-border payments and digital settlement, is just beginning. And this time, Ripple is ready to fight with both hands untied. So what's all this buzz about the next 72 hours? Why is the crypto world holding its breath? Insiders are suggesting 3 powerful possibilities. First, a major upgrade to the XRP Ledger is likely on the horizon. We're talking about better scalability, reduced transaction costs, and potentially, finally, native smart contract support. That could put XRP in direct competition with Ethereum and Solana in the DeFi space. Second, we may see Ripple announce new institutional partnerships. We're not talking about small integrations. These could be central banks, remittance giants, or payment providers bringing XRP into their infrastructure. And third, there are whispers, strong ones, about an XRP exchange-traded fund, ETF, in the works. If that happens, it would be the ultimate vote of confidence from US regulators, and it would allow institutional money to flow into XRP like never before. Any one of these moves would shake the market. All 3, that's a seismic shift. Let's set the rumors aside for a moment. Forget the hype. Forget the headlines. Let's look at the raw numbers because the data tells a story of its own. And right now, the story of XRP is one of explosive growth. In the month of June alone, active wallet addresses on the XRP Ledger surged by over 700% compared to May. That's not a typo. That's a 7-fold increase in just 30 days. What does that mean? It means new users are pouring into the ecosystem. It means more transactions are being processed. It means the XRP ledger isn't just active, it's heating up. But this growth isn't just coming from curious retail traders hoping to catch the next pump. This isn't a meme coin frenzy. This is something deeper. Developers are arriving in waves not to speculate but to build. They're using XRP's network as a foundation for real-world applications, tools and platforms that can solve global problems. We're seeing early-stage startups and major enterprises experimenting with use cases like supply chain logistics, where XRP can track goods, verify authenticity, and settle payments instantly across borders. Remittance platforms using XRP to lower fees and improve transaction speed for people sending money home. Digital identity frameworks, leveraging the speed and reliability of the XRP ledger for decentralized ID verification. This is where crypto moves from concept to utility, where white papers turn into products, where speculation becomes infrastructure. And here's the part that matters most. XRP is no longer just a digital asset. It's becoming a platform, a foundation layer for financial services, data security, and global commerce. So when you hear people say, XRP is just another coin, remember, the data says otherwise. This isn't just growth, it's transformation. Right now, the energy in the XRP community is at a level we haven't seen in years. And no, it's not just about the price chart ticking upward. It's something deeper than that. It's the vibe. It's the conviction. People aren't just buying XRP. They're believing in it again. After years of legal setbacks, FUD, delistings, and market fatigue, the XRP army is not only standing, they're marching. The tone has shifted. You see it in the forums. You hear it in the live streams. You feel it in the comment sections. Some analysts are even going bold, suggesting a potential 1,000% surge in XRP's price. And while that might sound like moonboy talk to some, it's no longer being laughed off. Because when the CEO of the company gets a tattoo saying he's 1,000% committed, it means something, sets a tone. If XRP were to rally by 1,000%, it would place the price somewhere near $24, a number that was once unthinkable during the darkest days of the SEC lawsuit. Is that kind of move guaranteed? Absolutely not. Crypto remains volatile, and nothing is ever promised. But what is clear is this: the narrative has changed. This kind of price speculation isn't being dismissed as delusion anymore. It's being seriously discussed, not just by retail dreamers, but by serious players in finance. We're talking crypto influencers with millions of followers, legacy analysts from traditional financial institutions. Even hedge fund managers who once ignored or dismissed XRP are now circling back, asking questions, running numbers, and in some cases getting in. And the community is on fire. It's got the same energy we saw back in 2017, when XRP exploded from a few cents to over $3 in a matter of months. But this time, the excitement is built on infrastructure, on real-world use cases, on regulatory clarity that's finally starting to settle. This isn't hype for hype's sake. It's momentum rooted in milestones. And if XRP delivers even half of what people are expecting over the next few months, we could be looking at the beginning of its most important chapter yet. Let's shift gears for a moment and talk technicals, because the charts are telling their own story right now. Currently, XRP is holding a key support level at $1.99. And this isn't just any number, it's a price point that's acted as a critical pivot zone multiple times in the past. Historically, this level has served as both support and resistance, making it psychologically and technically significant for traders and investors alike. In short, this is a battleground. When XRP is above $1.99, the bulls have the upper hand. When it dips below, the bears begin to gain traction. Right now, it's holding, but just barely. The chart patterns forming around this level suggest that a major breakout could be imminent, but only if XRP can maintain its current momentum and build upward pressure. The next critical resistance to watch? $2.50. That's the line in the sand. If XRP can break and close above $2.50, especially with strong volume behind it, we could see an explosive move to the upside. That kind of breakout would trigger stop losses, activate long positions, and likely usher in a flood of retail and institutional buying. Could be the start of a sharp leg up that takes XRP into price discovery territory for the first time in years. But here's the flip side. If XRP fails to hold above $1.99, and more importantly, if it breaks below $1.87 on a weekly close, the bullish momentum could falter. That would invalidate many short-term bullish patterns and possibly invite a corrective wave, pulling XRP down to test deeper support levels around $1.75 or even $1.60. So what does this mean? It means the next few candles matter a lot. We're in a decision zone where price action could tip either way depending on volume, sentiment, and macro factors. For traders, this is the time to watch the charts closely. Set alerts. Monitor order books. Be ready, because the breakout or the breakdown could come faster than most expect. And in a market like this, being early isn't just an advantage. It's everything. So, with the countdown clock ticking, what exactly should you be watching for over the next 72 hours? Here's your XRP checklist. 4 key developments that could drop at any moment and send shockwaves through the crypto market. 1. Look out for a confirmed XRP Ledger upgrade, especially one that introduces smart contract capabilities. There have been strong signals that a major upgrade is in the pipeline. If confirmed, this would be a game changer. Why? Because for years, XRP has been praised for its speed and low fees, but it's lacked one critical component: native smart contracts. If this upgrade delivers what insiders are hinting at, improved scalability, multi-asset support, and smart contract integration, it could elevate the XRP Ledger into the same league as Ethereum, Solana, and Cardano, but with faster throughput and enterprise backing. This could unlock a wave of decentralized applications, dApps, DeFi tools, and even NFTs, all built on XRP tech. So, keep your eyes on developer updates, GitHub activity, and official Ripple engineering announcements. 2. Watch for official press releases or tweets from Ripple or even the SEC. Any major announcement from Ripple, especially one tied to partnerships, network growth, or regulatory clarity, could serve as a bullish catalyst. But on the flip side, don't ignore the SEC. Even though Ripple has closed the door on its final appeal, the agency could still release public statements or enforcement actions involving other crypto assets. Anything that hints at how they now view XRP moving forward. One tweet, one press conference, one regulatory clarification. That's all it takes to flip sentiment in this market. 3. Scan the news and industry reports for any mention of enterprise partnerships involving XRP. This is a big one. Ripple has been in conversations with central banks, remittance providers, and large financial institutions around the globe. If they announce that one of these players is going live with XRP-powered solutions, such as on-demand liquidity, ODL, for cross-border payments, it could validate years of hard work and send investor confidence skyrocketing. And we're not talking small scale. We're talking the kind of partnerships that could bring real liquidity and transaction volume into the ecosystem almost overnight. 4. Track any filings or news related to a US-based XRP ETF. This one might be the biggest wildcard of them all. The buzz around an XRP ETF has grown louder in recent weeks. And while nothing has been officially filed yet, market watchers believe it's only a matter of time. If a spot or futures-based XRP ETF were to be submitted or approved, it would provide a regulated, institutional-grade gateway for Wall Street money to enter the XRP market. We saw what ETF approvals did for Bitcoin. If XRP is next, expect fireworks. Bottom line, any one of these 4 developments could hit the wires, today, tomorrow, or the next day, and ignite serious volatility. This is a trader's window. It's narrow, it's sensitive, and it's packed with potential. So keep your notifications on. Watch the charts. Follow the news. Because over the next 72 hours, anything could happen, and the first to react will have the edge. Stay smart, risks and rewards. Yes, everything we've talked about sounds exciting. The tattoo, the ecosystem growth, the potential ledger upgrade, the ETF whispers. It's easy to get caught up in the momentum because let's be honest, the energy around XRP right now is electric. But let's take a breath. Let's step back and bring some wisdom into the mix. Because here's the reality. Crypto is volatile. It doesn't matter how bullish the charts look, how confident the CEO is, or how loud the community gets. Price swings in this market can and do happen fast. Just as quickly as assets shoot up, they can just as easily pull back, consolidate, or even crash. That's why smart investors always lead with strategy, not emotion. Don't FOMO in. Fear of missing out has wrecked more portfolios than bad tokens ever did. If you're chasing green candles or rushing in because Twitter's hyped, take a pause. Excitement fades, but your financial decisions stay with you. Don't invest your savings. If the money is meant for rent, bills, or food, it doesn't belong in the crypto market. Only invest what you're fully prepared to lose. That's not fear, that's risk management. Use stop losses. You can be bullish on XRP long-term and still protect yourself short-term. Set your levels. Know your exit strategy. Don't leave your money exposed to random dips or market manipulation. Do your own research. Watch the charts. Read the white papers. Follow the developers. Listen to opinions, but don't let someone else's tweet determine your trade. Because yes, there's massive potential here. If XRP executes on even half of what's rumored, we could see life-changing upside. But every upside comes with risk. Every opportunity carries responsibility. The smartest investors aren't just the ones who win big. They're the ones who survive long enough to win. If you want real-time updates on everything unfolding with XRP over the next 72 hours, this is the place to be. Subscribe. Turn on that notification bell, because we'll be tracking every twist, every announcement, and every move the moment it drops. Whether this ends up being XRP's breakout moment or just the beginning of a bigger storm, one thing's for sure, you don't want to find out after it's already too late. So let's take a final look at what's at stake. We have a CEO who just inked his conviction literally into his skin. A years-long lawsuit with the SEC that's finally in the rearview mirror. A network that's not just surviving but scaling in real-world use at breakneck speed. And a countdown just 72 hours to what could be the biggest announcement in Ripple's history. This isn't just another news cycle. This could be a turning point not just for XRP, but for the future of digital finance itself. We're not just watching crypto, we're watching history, block by block, transaction by transaction. So stay tuned, stay sharp, stay ready, because XRP's next chapter starts now.